Good evening, my lights. I hope you did something exciting this week and I can add to the joy. Tonight we're answering a question I see others get asked a lot. Why did I become a VTuber? This is actually a question I wanted to answer for a while because I think a lot of people see a VTuber and think, oh, they just wanted to be a cool anime avatar or they wanted to be anonymous. And while, yeah, having a cute little character to represent me is a big bonus, the reason I became a VTuber is actually a lot more personal than that. So today I want to talk about why I chose VTubing, what it means to me, and why I don't think I would be where I am today without it. One of the biggest reasons I became a VTuber is because it gave me a way to express myself without worrying about things that have held me back. I deal with chronic pain, and sometimes people don't always talk about how much that can affect your confidence. Some days I have energy, some days I don't. Some days I feel like I can take on the world, and other days I just just getting through the day takes everything I have. And when you create content, especially online, there can be pressure to always show up perfectly. You need to look good, you need to have energy, you need to be entertaining, you need to be on. And sometimes my body just doesn't work that way. But VTubing gives me this amazing middle ground. Even on days where I don't feel my best physically, I can still open up my computer, become my character, and create something. I can still laugh with people, I can still tell stories, I can still make art, and I can still build a community. And that feeling of being able to create without having to fight against my own limitations every single time means a lot to me. The other big reason I became a VTuber is because I'm actually a very anxious person, which is funny because if you watch my content, you might not immediately think that. But behind the scenes, my brain is constantly doing the whole what if people don't like this? What if I sound weird? What if nobody cares? You know, the classic anxiety greatest hits album. Please clap for my brain's terrible playlist. But seriously, I have always struggled with putting myself out there. Even things like talking in front of people or being the center of attention can make me nervous. And the idea of just turning on a camera and saying, "Hey everyone, here's my face, and here's me being myself," is well, that's really honestly scary. But something about VTubing changes that. Having a character gave me a little bit of separation. It wasn't me trying to become a completely different person. It was still me, my personality, my jokes, my interests, my creativity, but it gave me a little bit more confidence to step outside of my comfort zone. It felt like putting on a really cool outfit before going somewhere important. Still underneath, I'm myself, but suddenly a little braver. And okay, there's another reason. A slightly silly reason, but still a real one. I like having privacy. Because let's be honest, if I somehow became super duper famous one day, which manifesting, putting out in the universe, there are definitely people from my life that I don't necessarily want finding me online. Not because I'm ashamed of what I do. I'm actually really proud of what I create. But the internet is a weird place, and but the internet is a weird place, and having a little bit of separation between my online identity and my personal life makes me feel safer. VTubing lets me share my creativity, meet people, and build a community while still keeping some part of myself private. And I think that's something really special about this space. You get to decide what parts of yourself you share. But I think the biggest reason I became a VTuber is because it combines so many things I love. I love storytelling, I love art, I love gaming, I love creating characters and worlds. And VTubing is basically this amazing place where all of those things can exist together. I get to have a character with a story, and I get to design things, I get to play games, I get to talk with people who enjoy the same things I do. It's not just making videos, it's creating an experience. I think a lot of people wait until they feel ready before starting something, and honestly, I did too. I waited until I felt confident enough, until I felt good enough. I waited until I felt like I had everything figured out. But the truth is, you don't magically wake up one day and become fearless. Sometimes you just find something that makes being braver a little easier. For me, that's VTubing. I gave myself a way to show up when I thought I couldn't. I gave myself a way to connect when I was scared, and I gave myself a way to create when I felt limited. And I'm really, really grateful for that. So, yeah, that's why I became a VTuber. Not because I wanted to hide, but because I wanted the freedom to shine. And if you're someone who's wanting to create something, but you've been holding yourself back, maybe you don't have to wait until you're completely ready. Maybe you just need to find that thing that helps you take that first step. Thank you so much for
Started
spending the night with me.
eating my
I can't wait for you to see me
favorite
next week.
candy. You buy